It's Monday, May 20th. This is end of the day SPY recap, first day of the week here on the daily chart. Today we end up with a two-up green day that had a bit of a shooter bar look to it, meaning that possibly if we head lower tomorrow, this could now have a potential reversal in play in the short term. And we will find that out. And as always, Monday sets up some very important reference points going forward for the rest of the week. So coming into today, after this kind of the shooter bar followed by a hammer bar green, you kind of expect, and knowing that the weekly chart was green, you were expecting the high of last week to be tested. And out of the gates, and I'll show you in a second, the intraday price action, we moved up on a two-up day and we reached our target. So that was the actionable signal in terms of expectations for today. And as it turns out, we didn't follow through all that much from that point. So now that our objectives have been met for the week, it's possible that we come back down, just given the look of this bar. Maybe not, but at least we have the reference point of the open of the week right here. And if we move below there, then the week is red temporarily. And, on a two-down week, we are kind of targeting this low, a two-down day tomorrow. If it develops, we're targeting this low right here. And that low is very close to the midpoint of this green bar, weekly bar. So if we come down and get through the midpoint of that bar, maybe we get an outside week to the downside. This is all in the context of a big uptrend. The monthly chart's green. So, anything that comes down strong in any kind of way, it could come down and then we have to wait for a reversal signal to the upside, maybe to get long again. Or it can come down and not reach certain targets, and that'll be a strong indication when we get the next signal to the upside as well. So it's not as if we're still, we're certainly biased to the upside, but we're either going to have to see failures to the downside to give us exciting, plays to the upside, or maybe a deeper pullback that then you have to be patient and wait for a reversal to the upside if that develops. So, that's kind of where we're at. There's no actionable signal tomorrow other than the fact that given we have the open of the week right here, if we start up tomorrow above the midpoint of the day and start higher, we go with the momentum because we're above the weekly open. So that becomes our reference point for the rest of the week. But again, given this bar, it's very possible we come down and start trying to hit this target, maybe have a go through the midpoint of the prior week and maybe come down all the way to the lows down there. And we find out, if we get a strong reversal or something that fails, and then we can get back excited to the upside. So for today, just to point out what developed real quickly, with that upward bias, first bar green, second bar buy here above that, because you knew you had this pre-market target, and then that kind of triggered the two-up day that then had a target up here. So it was a very nice morning trade to kind of immediately hit all targets here within the first 2 hours of trading, let's say, without a problem. But you've hit your targets, then you watch. You have an orderly pullback and a secondary move up on the day. That's how I judge, every day, the structure of the 15-minute price action. In this case, we had the pullback, we had the attempt higher, and then I saw that we weren't making that second push up there where we had this red bar forming to the downside. So I actually bought puts here, realizing we've hit our targets, a little exhaustion risk. Intraday structure is not doing what it should do on a strong momentum day to the upside. So I bought puts here to first take out that target, which it did. I discussed how I scaled out. It then made a big push to take out the lows of the day and the pre-market lows, and then it popped up for the rest of the day. So there was a little secondary trade to the downside here, and there was an early trade to the upside just for base hit type of gains today. No strong directional day. And now we see tomorrow, as always, where the pre-market range is, how price opens, what kind of structure unfolds. But we kind of know the context now that we could be pulling back given the look of this bar. If we're below the open of today all week long, we stay red and we see where it takes us. And we watch for our reference points. If we can hit our first target there, we'll see if we hit the midpoint of the prior week. We'll see if we hit the lows of the prior week. If we don't do any of that, and we, after trying to come down, then we get excited about any kind of opportunity to the upside. And that's where things stand for the rest of the week. And we will just see how it unfolds tomorrow.